Hello, everyone. Welcome to Motivational Monday. This is Coach Mo Fall. I am the founder, creator, and chief badass, kick-ass career coach of the Kick-Ass Career Workshop, which is a 12-week transformational journey that we help women transform and up-level their careers first by up-leveling and bringing your soul back to life. Because I truly believe that a better planet is a planet where more folks are bringing their soul to work. And you know, the funny thing is your soul is completely transportable. So when you bring your soul back to life, you literally bring it back to life and to fun stuff and your work. And it's a great way to live. You live more vitally, happier, more satisfied, more fulfilled. And when you have your soul brought back to life and you're living from within your soul self, you're actually living more true, happier, higher vibrational reality. And it is the way to live life. And hello to Loretta and Michelle. Nice to see you ladies here. Today's topic, another Michelle. Today's topic, does age matter? You know, I love it when I get someone on a clarity call and they say, well, you know, at this age, I don't know if I can still advance my career. And they're like 43. That is the golden years. Hello, Miranda, and second Michelle. I got Michelle's back to back here. Nice to see you. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, there should be a link right above this Facebook Live that says, let StreamYard use your name. If you click on that, I can maybe see your name that you say hello, and I'd be happy to say hello directly to you. Okay, so does age matter is the topic for today's Motivational Monday. Hey, Mo, why would you pick a topic that is so unpopular? Why would you pick a topic that's like dicey and, oh my God? Well, I picked this topic because it's something that I hear all the time. When a 43-year-old tells me that she thinks that she's not going to get ahead because she's too old, I cringe. Because at 43, your career is in its heyday. You're in your golden earning years. And it is there where you're beginning to take off and run for it. Because what is available to you is just getting easier. You know, in your first 10 to 15 years of your career, up until about 35, you're learning. You're learning your craft, your industry, your profession. You're learning how to navigate the social scene at work, the political scene, the scene of navigating power structures, org charts, etc. Even if you even if you work in a very open environment, the first 10 to 15 years of your career, you're basically learning the ropes, which isn't to say that you can't advance greatly in those first 10 to 15 years. You certainly can. And my career was really hot and heavy. Late 20s, early 30s. My first VP job was in my early 30s, and I thought I had just hit payday, first six-figure job. I was rocking and rolling. As a matter of fact, that was in the early 90s. And a six-figure salary in the early 90s was a pretty nice thing to come by. So I was rocking and rolling. And let me tell you, the next 20 years, rock on. Now, along the way, I hit major speed bumps, laid off, sexual harassment, passed over promotion, shut down in meetings. I mean, you name it. Every single career problem I coach my clients on, I lived through. I mean, there's hardly been one that I haven't. And I've got to say this. The reason why age doesn't matter in your career is because age gives you such wisdom that you can navigate so much more efficiently. But here's the thing. A lot of people age with a bad attitude. There, I said it. That's the biggest problem with age. You know, the people that sit around and say, yeah, we did that before, it didn't work, good luck. Or that say, I'm not going to be able to work that hard, don't count me in, or just absolutely owning a bad attitude about aging. Studies show that optimists live longer. Optimists actually have more success. So if you're finding yourself to be the pessimist, and this is one of my pet peeves, the devil's advocate, don't be that person, please. If you find yourself being the devil's advocate or always poking holes in something, I'm going to invite you to look into that. Why is it that you might feel that it's necessary or important or validating your brilliance, perhaps, with poking holes in other people's ideas? Isn't there a more elegant approach? See, what I think happens is that if your identity and significance is built on being the devil's advocate, oh, go ask Sally. She'll be able to tell you everything that will go wrong with that. Like, I got to tell you, if you're an executive, you don't want the devil's advocate in the room. You don't want the pessimist to be hanging around, because frankly, that energy and that attitude just sours great visions, great ideas. There's much better ways to handle putting your opinion in the middle of the table. There's much better ways to handle your level of experience and insight. But what tends to happen is that as we age, we tend to get so experienced that we think we know the answers, and we've seen so many things not go well that we tend to bring this really big dose of pessimism to the table. Not a common thing for the vital, thriving, upwardly going younger people. So I truly believe in coaching hundreds and hundreds, over 700 women over the past 5 years, and speaking with thousands of women about their careers on career clarity calls, that ageism is really about one's attitude. And it's really sort of easy to get lazy and crusty and think you know everything, or you've been there, done that, and it'll never be done again, and that's not possible, and to just be downright negative. It's super easy to do that, because then when you're in that state, guess what happens? You don't have to take responsibility. I know, I'm like calling it out today. When you complain or talk about how things can't work or can't be possible because you've got experience, you take yourself off the hook and you distance yourself from the real solution. Unfortunately, too many people choose this route as they age because it's simply easier. Now, here's the other few things that happen. We might get a little bit more tired in the body, gain weight, been under chronic stress for 20 or 30 years, and that has wear and tear. Perhaps there's a little diabetes creeping in, or high blood pressure. Perhaps the joints don't feel as good. Maybe your sleep routine is off because of a variety of factors. Maybe you're a little bit dehydrated because your daily water intake isn't what it needs to be. If your entire vitality is compromised because you haven't maybe taken care of your physical body, you're going to have more easily a negative attitude as you age. And once you begin isolating because of negativity, or because your body just doesn't feel that great, you're going to be marginalized. You're going to be on the short list when it comes to who can we downsize on this economic downturn. You're going to be on the list. And so thinking that you've been mistreated because of ageism, to me, is an easy way to say, I opted out of being a thriving, vital member of my work family. I've seen it hundreds of times. As a matter of fact, most of the women we work with are late 40s through their 50s, early 60s. Because at that point, you've pretty much thrown the dice so many times and things aren't working your way. And unfortunately, still in the workplace, the way we women are socialized and what we bring to the table isn't always easy to execute on in the work world. So learning different skills, having different approaches, having a stronger strategy, learning truly how to speak up for yourself in a way that is meaningful and not just being known as the office know-it-all or the devil's advocate, truly being masterful and being able to speak up, have your opinion matter. Those are the things that may not come easy to a lot of women. It doesn't mean they're not possible. You see, one of the overriding factors in not letting ageism become a factor is to continue to be optimistic about you, about work, about what's possible. You know, and you see this even more as people hit their 60s, 70s, 80s. I don't expect too many people to be in the workforce in their 80s. And as you get into your 70s, you really want to start winding down. My father worked until he was 78. My mom worked until her early 70s. And there are plenty of people in the workforce, sometimes because they have to be. But the other thing is because we are aging better than any generation ahead of us. So don't start calling the cards out when you're in your 50s and 60s because that's way too early. It's way too early. But here's a few more things that happen. You learn about aging from your family and from your tribe about how they have aged. And your attitudes and ideas about what it is to be 50, 55, 60, 65, even 45. Your ideas about what that means come from your family of origin. And if you're hanging out with people who are saying to you, why don't you just retire? You know, it's a little bit hard doing the work that you're doing. You're going to be convinced and overwhelmed with opinions that are pulling you in the direction against your vitality. Furthermore, if you're hanging out with people in their 50s and 60s who are active and thriving and vibrant and getting promotions and new jobs and enjoying what they do and beginning to volunteer here and there and thrive, you're going to begin to adapt those behaviors. Because one of the major truisms of life is that you are a reflection of the 5 people you hang out with the most. So make that list. Who are the 5 people you're hanging out with the most? Yeah. Right. Think about what their attitudes are on aging or things that they may have said to you or things that they do or say. That's going to color your world a lot. But I'm going to tell you what, optimism is something that you can control. And it's been shown study after study to be the predetermining factor for long life, for job success, promotability, earning money, just about anything you'd want. Optimism is a dependent factor in almost every type of thing that you'd want in your life. So you better take a look at which way you're looking at life. Is it half glass empty or half glass full? People always joke when I see a half of glass, I say that it's perfectly full. I'm optimistic to the optimistic times 10, to the 10th power, exponential optimism. Not only that, I can't wait for the future. See, unfortunately, most people as they age aren't looking forward. All their stories and ideas and life is behind them. So if you find yourself talking about the past a lot, it's good to do and great to reflect and certainly fun to think about. But if your dialogue is not about what's next, what do I do next, what's up, how can I take advantage of this opportunity, where's my play in this. If you're not looking at life that way, you have ticked off a box on whether ageism is affecting you. So ageism is going to be a factor if, number one, you're predominantly pessimistic. Number two, you've allowed your chronological age to affect your health negatively. Number three, you're hanging out with people who have negative ideas about life and age themselves. And number four, if you're talking about the past, and if you're being the devil's advocate and talking negatively about ideas and initiatives at work, you're going to be marginalizing yourself, and you're going to be marginalizing who you know yourself to be. So age doesn't matter unless you make it your problem. And this is really, really significant to understand. Just looking for the comments here. Say hello to some of the folks I haven't said hello to. Hello, Kelly, Keisha, Cinda, Michelle Duffy, Elise, Kathy, Tony, Catherine Ann. So your own ageism is what's causing your own ageism problems. And if I hear it 1,000 times a year, I've heard it once. Everyone has their own label to rationalize what's not working in their lives. And if you're using ageism, that's a really tired, old excuse. What you're really saying is, I've grown negative. I've lost my vitality. I've stopped looking at how great things can be. And I don't wish to be playing at full strength anymore. That's what that means. Now, I don't wish that on anyone. I'm going to be vibrant and kicking for as long as I can. And I'm going to be interested in topics and technology and the progressiveness of the planet. I'm going to be interested in growing and nurturing who I am and who my soul is. I'm going to be interested in staying strong and healthy. Sure, I'll have moments and times where, like a pandemic comes along and I gain a little weight and the gym's closed, so I can't get there, and I try to do some things at home and it's not quite the same. I mean, there's going to be waves like that. But when you're an optimist, when you're feeling vital no matter what, the outside conditions don't matter. I've had plenty of clients in their 60s who have learned how to pull the hands of time backwards, who have found their thriving self, brought their soul back to life, and began to see things differently. And sometimes that included getting rid of certain friends who were bringing them down. And you know what? That might be a painful thing to do, but it's certainly more painful to age too quickly. It's certainly more painful to buy into limiting beliefs that suck your energy, that take you away from how awesome you are. That's the most painful part of life, is to buy into negativity and limitations that are only in your mind. There's a bunch of women who are coming to my retreat this year, and we went through an exercise on Saturday, pre-retreat priming, since we pushed the retreat back 3 months. There's plenty of time for us to do some extra work with all those lovely ladies coming to my annual retreat. And so rather than just sit around and wait, I said, let's do some work to get things rocking and rolling. And the special work we did allowed many of them to have aha moments and inner reflections as deep understandings of what they're bringing to their life, to their world, that may have come from other people. And so many people live this way, but don't know it. And the women in my workshop have a chance to reflect on the things that are holding them back and to change many of those things in a short period of time. Because if you've been pushed down, beaten down, not appreciated, not recognized, passed over for promotions, ignored for your ideas, or no matter what the laundry list of things are that have gone wrong in your career. It's going to be easy for your rational brain to try to make sense of it. And if you're over a certain age of whatever that judgment is within you, you may conclude it's because of your age. And it may be true because you may have all those other behavioral factors that make it look like to the outside world that things have gone a certain way because of your age. Who's causing the problem? You are. Anything in life is something that you are pre-paving with your thought, feeling, energy. That's a universal law. This is why I can be so certain of the work that we do in our kick-ass workshop, because I know what the universal law is. If I can help you think and feel in a way that is productive and empowering, and begin to show you evidence of it and bring you forward and craft a strategy that's powerful and give you techniques and practice on being awesome, you're going to be able to change the course of your life and your career. It's pretty much guaranteed. I can also pretty much guarantee people if they stay small and lose their vitality at their soul level, and allow the excuses of things that have been handed down from generations. You know, when you hit your 50s, you're going to be slowing down. You're not going to feel as good. Those young people are just going to be smarter than you. Whatever BS you were told, or whatever BS you're buying into now because you're seeing the evidence, because you've given up a little bit, or maybe you've given up a lot because you're tired and you don't exactly know the right way or a better approach, because everything you've tried just hasn't quite panned out. And look, I understand that. I work with hundreds of women every single year, and that's what we correct. We correct the soul's vitality. We bring the soul back to life, because without that vital life force, you're just efforting your way through the quicksand. I need to work until I'm 70 to have money to retire. Well, lordy, if you're working and living that way, I mean, retiring at 70 is not going to be too much fun, because if you're slogging yourself through life, I mean, I am passionate about helping advance the message that your soul is the most important part of your life. It is your vital life force, and without it, you're going to be working way too hard. You're going to be missing the mark way too many times. You're going to be passed over, marginalized. You're going to be ignored, because your life force, your vital force of life is no longer vital. And when you're not that way, when you're not vibrating at a level of vitality, people are going to ignore you. That's what happens. And it does go along with most people as they age, and they just put one and one together like it's simple math, and it's not. There are plenty of vital, active, life force given people who are a little bit older, who are doing their thing and walking tall and feeling great and being optimistic about the future. Hey, I don't think it's many. It's not the majority. The majority are playing by the rule book of at a certain age this, at a certain age that. And when you follow the deep universal laws, you will realize that what you think and feel about yourself and the world around you is what comes to be. So if I believe and feel and think and know and act as if I'm a vital life force, I am relevant, I'm smart, I'm progressive, I'm going to be successful, and have a can-do, will-do attitude, I'm going to be happier, I'm going to be more successful, I'm going to have better friends, I'm going to make more money, I'm going to drive cooler cars, all that. I'm just going to enjoy life more. You know, as I watched my grandparents age, they went the traditional path of retiring at 65-ish, 66, 67, and then sitting around and enjoying crossword puzzles. And that was fine at that time. And you know what? Most people at that age, at that time of humanity, didn't live much longer than that. And they weren't capable of much life after that, because back in those days, medical science and the way we live just didn't progress people through life. Nowadays, at 65, 66, 67, people are healthy and active. Medical science has helped with that. Some expectations, let's just call it this way, people are understanding healthier eating and healthier habits. And overall, most people drink less. That's also another great factor of not aging as rapidly. And of course, we smoke less as society. So all of these factors have allowed us to live longer and to live healthier at ages where my grandparents 40 and 50 years ago weren't able to really live as vital. And I know that every young person thinks someone who's in their 40s or 50s is old. I get that. But if you look at the world through someone who's 16 or 17, you're gonna have a rough time getting through life. I want you to have your crystal clear vision of who you are and what you want to do and be in the world. Please don't hang it up because you're getting older. As far as I'm concerned, as you get older, your efficiency with the knowledge in your field, with how to make things happen, and with your vision of experience, it weighs a lot in your ability to just do more and be more in an organization, in a company, on a team. You're more valuable. You're more valuable with the experience that you've gained. Well, employers don't think that, Mo. Well, that's the wrong employer then, because there are plenty of employers who think that bringing experience to the table is a positive thing. But you can't just bring experience. You have to bring the other dimensions. They're going to make other people want to work with you. Big factor in success. People don't want to work with people who are disagreeable, ornery, negative. It's just not fun to work with people like that. So choose your success path. Bring your soul back to life and grab a hold of the best parts of you and the best parts of what life can be, no matter what your age. You can have a new path and a new trajectory of your career and of your life, no matter where you are on the age spectrum. So my declaration for you today on this Motivational Monday, no more quicksand retreat exercise. Awesome. Thank you, Paula. So my message to you is this: age doesn't matter to your success and happiness and vitality unless you make it so. You have 100% control over your thoughts and your feelings about your age and what that means to you and to the world around you. Do not misunderstand other people treating you a certain way for the simple thing of age. Look deeper. Look at the woman in the mirror and say, am I the best version of me? Am I the best version of who I want to be? Am I living life in a way that makes me happy and satisfied? And if your answer to those questions is no, you've got to fix it in order for you to have the life you want. Yeah, Paula, it was like a lie I've been buying into. Absolutely. Don't buy into those lies that feel icky and small and negative. There's no need. But human beings largely are walking around this planet hypnotized by what everyone else is telling you to do and be. Don't be that gal. Be the one who's saying, this is who I am. This is how I'm going to be in the world. And this is what I'm declaring. And don't stop me. And when you do that and you resuscitate yourself, you might need a good coach and a great strategy to execute on all of that. And we're here for you. So in order for you to have the life and the work that you want as you age, you have to keep your soul vibrant, vital, and thriving. It takes work to do that, just like it takes work to keep your body strong as you age and not let it degrade as well. So this is time. This is time to not let small things like the age of your birthday slow you down. Bring your experience to life. Leverage it in the marketplace for more. It feels awesome when you do that. And there is no better feeling than having your soul vibrant and thriving, and then to do the work you know how to do in concert with that, and to be whole and happy. Nothing's better. And you can do that no matter what your age. So make this your commitment, not only for this week, but for the rest of this year. Make it your commitment that you are going to live fully. You are going to express yourself fully, and you're going to have a great strategy and a game plan to move yourself into the life you truly want and that you deserve. And right below, right here, your complimentary career clarity call, mofall.com/live clarity. That's where we sort this out with you. We sort it out with you, and we take a look at what's going on in your career and more or less what's really going on inside you that has caused your career perhaps to not be exactly what you want it to be. If you've got thoughts and ideas and dreams of a better life for yourself and you're not quite getting there, chances are there's something inside your soul or a few things that have been holding you back, and you just don't know how to get it, get at it, change it, bring it to life, and then craft a powerful strategy to move yourself forward. That's what we do all day long, all week long, with hundreds of women a year. We personalize it when you come into our workshop, and we love what we do, and we're darn good at it. So if that sounds like you, book your complimentary career clarity call so we can see if there's the right fit for you. We don't want people in our workshop that aren't the right fit. It just doesn't work for anyone. So we like to really make sure that what's going on with you is exactly what we do. So I'm just checking to see my comments over here, and hello to everyone who is here. It's been a pleasure talking about age. I know a bit about this topic. And if you're a client of mine, or if you're any of my accelerator programs, you might know how old I am. I don't act my age, and I don't want to be acting my age. What I want to be doing is living at the highest level of my vitality, my soul's power and energy and vibrational status, because I want that life for me. I want it for the people I hang out with. And now that I have grandchildren, it's like freaking awesome to be happy and joyous with them, instead of feeling like I feel like I want to be cranky or disciplinary or yell at them. That's just a no-go. So you need to turn it up for yourself in order for age not to matter. Don't let age win. It's a horrible, slow way to do it. Don't do it. Book your complimentary career clarity call. If you're one of my clients, keep diving into all the success strategies that you have in your toolkit tucked in there. Keep going on those. That's why we give you lifelong access, because this is a life journey worth living well. Have a fabulous rest of your day. I'm live tomorrow morning and all week at the Daily Mo. I don't know what I'm talking about tomorrow. I'm going to go with my divine inspiration all week long, and we'll see what comes up. There's probably going to be some great nuggets. I'll tell you this, you get the best of me when you work with me. Rock on. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. This is Career Coach Mo Fall. You can find me at mofall.com. Book your complimentary career clarity call at mofall.com/live clarity. and we'll see you around at Coach Mo everywhere on social media and mofall.com. See you next time.